What is good, my wonderful and foolish mortals? It is your boy, Szk'krrj, the embodiment of cringe, back again with another vid. This is going to be kind of a free-form thing today. I'm just going to be talking about my recent trip to Anime NYC. Anime NYC is one of my favorite conventions, if I'm honest with you. It always has just like the right amount of size. The entire thing is in one center, so you don't have to go outside and inside or walk around. And Javits is pretty easy to get to compared to a lot of other convention locations I've been to. I did have a cosplay. I was cosplaying as Hibino Kafka from Kaiju number 8. Specifically his cleaner suit form, because I was not about to try and make the actual big kaiju armor, because that seemed way too out of my skill range. So I just went with like a cleaner suit. I put the logos on. It was fun. I only wore it for part of the day because those cleaner suits do get really moist, I'm gonna go with, when you wear them for a while. But overall it was really fun. One big thing was I went to the Good Smile booth immediately, as I always do, because they have the best Hatsune Miku merch usually, and I got this beautiful, adorable, I'm sure I'm putting it on screen right now, 100th adventure Hatsune Miku. This is the 100th Miku Nendoroid that Good Smile has made. It was like a special edition. It came in this cute box. I was so excited to get it. So I got that, and while I was waiting in line, I saw that there was actually a Love Bullet first merch ever thing at the Kinikuya booth next door. Now you might not know what Love Bullet is. Love Bullet is this manga. It's about like Cupids, but the Cupids use like tactical gear. It's sort of a modern spin on the whole Cupid myth. Really good, really entertaining. I highly recommend you give it a read. It's probably one of my favorite mangas that I, with like zero context, got into. It's adorable. The art style is really cute. I also got these cute Love Bullet keychains, as well as this epic Initial D poster while I was at the Kinikuya booth. So after that, I started doing my usual snaking through all of the different aisles, checking out all the different booths, seeing what's going on. I happened to come by a couple like figure / Kamen Rider / like general toy booths, and I recently have been really obsessed with Kamen Rider W. And in it, there's this character named Kamen Rider Axel, whose whole deal is he is like the secondary Kamen Rider, and he can only use one specific memory stick called the Axel one, but he has a special transformation belt for it, which is just a pair of handlebars, and it just works, and it's so funny. So they had the handlebars, and basically what he does is he takes the little memory stick, puts it in, he has to rev the handlebars, and then he goes, Kamen Rider mode. And then after that, while he's in Kamen Rider mode, he can do he can take off his belt and do like a backflip, and then he turns into a motorcycle, which is hilarious, and I love it so much. So I saw one on a shelf. It was a decent price. I was like, I will take that, please. And I honestly expected it to be more of a display piece, but it turns out they really committed to designing it. The memory stick makes noises and lights up. The actual belt will like turn on when you put the memory stick in, and you actually have to rev the thing, and you got to do 3 revs just like in the show to get it to work. It's incredibly dorky, don't get me wrong, but it is so fun to play with, and it's just so satisfying, and I've just loved this show. After that, we continued our snaking through. I ended up in Artist Alley, where I saw a lot of amazing and awesome prints and stuff. I didn't really buy anything because I'm not too big on prints myself, but I definitely do want to get some awesome shirts from some of these artists. One of them that my friend recommended is Julia Likes Cats, who had this amazing shirt that I just wanted to buy so badly. But unfortunately, Julia did not carry it in my size, but I will get it one day, and I will be so happy because it is so pretty. Speaking of shirts, I neglected to mention the shirt I was wearing, which was this funny meme shirt I bought on Amazon that I thought was just a random meme with funny text, because the internet does that. But apparently, as I walked by the Japanese tourism booth, whatever it was called, I was talking to some of the people there, and they pointed out that apparently this shirt is from a show called Kitaro and Friends. I don't know if the meme text is related to that because I haven't watched it, but apparently the giant eyeball in the background is like a character in that show. After snaking through those booths, I did come upon what I like to call the drip booths, which is there's a couple fashion companies that make really cool streetwear, and I ended up getting this really cool Persona 3 Aegis jacket. It's really cool. Waiting for the weather to cool down so I can rock it, because it goes super hard and it's super cozy and it just looks so good, and I'm so happy about it. Also, while I was going through the booths, I stopped by one of those Japanese importers booths where they had a bunch of Hatsune Miku CDs and stuff. I ended up getting the Szk'krrj Symphony, which was like this thing where they had a symphonic orchestra play a bunch of the songs from the Hatsune Miku mobile game, as well as getting me 2 of the Wonderland Szk'krrj albums. I was gonna get more, but I needed to stop myself. I just knew that was enough. I did want more though, so badly. After that, I was just kind of perusing, and I joked to my friend as we entered what I called Gooner Alley, because it was where there was like some Dojin booths, and there was this one that was called like the cosplay strip club or something like that. It was like walled off. You had to like wait in line to get in. We didn't end up going in because we didn't have time to wait in that line, but it was definitely very interesting. And in the distance, I saw an Ahigo on the wall, and I knew that could only be one thing. Stopping there, I chatted it up a little bit. I perused their selection, but they didn't really have anything that I didn't already own. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing to admit. I ended up picking up this really cute hen in a tie hat. By the Faku booth was, of course, the J18 booth, which is another major English Dojin publisher. I decided to stop by there just to see what they've got in store, and boy, was I in for a shock. Not only did I see that they had an English copy of Aise Tensei Love Mary for sale, which, as we know from like 3 videos I've made, is my favorite Dojin, but Sato Kuki's manager was there because they were doing a like sale / raffle on signed Sato Kuki merch. I unfortunately came a little late and wasn't able to get any, but it was still really cool. And found out that they carried the Mushroom Dojin, which I previously reviewed a couple videos ago. So that was like a crazy coincidence. After that, I stopped by the Gamer Subs booth, which I stopped by just because I have a lot of respect for the company and they always have really fun merch and stuff to check out, and ended up getting this awesome V-Card shirt. It was really well priced. 25 bucks for this shirt was like crazy to me, and it was in like a really good size where it fits very comfortably, so I was very happy with that. And finally, at the recommendation of one of my friends, I actually went back to the Kinokuya booth and got this Yuri manga that I had overlooked called The Guy She Was Interested Wasn't a Guy at All. I read through the first volume in like probably 2 hours in one night. It was super engaging, really good art style. I will say that formatting of the speech bubbles and stuff could use a little work. Sometimes it was confusing who was saying what, and I'd have to reread pages. That's kind of my only big nitpick with it. And then finally, in the evening, I went to the content creator exchange panel where I met some of you wonderful mortals, as well as a few other small content creators. Hi guys, it was a pleasure talking with you. And after that, I went to the AMV competition, where we saw some really funny AMVs. There was a great combination and selection. My personal favorite was the Mashal If I Went to Hogwarts video, which was just fitting for the music, but there was also a great one for Dan 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 featuring Tom Cardy's Hey I Don't Work Here, which was very appropriate, I felt, and very funny. So overall, Anime NYC was a great time. If you guys are looking for a fun sort of what I would call starter con, I definitely think that it is the right size. It's all in one place. It's not too intimidating with the number of people there, and there's still a lot of fun stuff to do, a lot of industry showcases. Crunchyroll has a whole booth, and yeah, so that was basically the entirety of my Anime NYC experience this year. Definitely recommend you guys go check it out. If I can, I will be going next year, so you can come meet my cringeness in person. And as always, remember to accept your cringe and stay pogers. Bye bye.